A little preview on the season to start. It is a relatively young group, but not inexperienced. They've been some of the younger players have played quite a bit of golf for us in the last couple of years, and they've just continued to improve and continued to grow. So optimistic on that side. We returned one senior who has played a fair amount for us, and great leader, great team person. Was going to do have a great year for us. And then our two top returning players are both incoming juniors. They played in everything last year, Vanessa Ho and Chloe Chan. So, certainly they'll be ready to go and have also had good summers. And then just return a lot of other players that had some opportunities last year and played a little bit. Have two incoming freshmen, Kate Brody and Ava Soleil, that I could see both of them getting some opportunity this year and being in the lineup, if not from time to time, possibly even very consistently. So both talented young players that I'm excited about as well. So we started our first practice this coming Friday. September 1st is always the start date for college golf, or the first day of class, kind of whichever one comes first. So for us, it'll be September 1st. And then we'll have a pretty full weekend, qualifying this weekend. Get 3 rounds of golf in right away, get the lineup selected, then head to Charleston for our first event, which we have played in the past. It is a great event, one of the strongest fields we'll see all year. And I always like that event. I think just the opportunity to kind of capitalize on that level of competition, that level of a field from a strength perspective, right away when we're coming off the summer, has tended to be a pretty good event for us. And then that back-to-back weekends right away to start out the year, and then we go the 17th through the 19th here at home at University Ridge. It's always great to be at home. We're always so excited. The team always really excited. We don't play a lot of home matches. I mean, that is our only home invitational that we host. And interestingly enough, or maybe not, but a lot of schools do not host home invitationals. So the fact that we do host, I'm always excited about that opportunity and excited to be at University Ridge. We've got a great golf course, as so many of you know, and just that opportunity to be home, friends, family, support from the community. It's just a great opportunity. And so we have 15 teams total in the field, strong field. Big Ten representatives in that field will be Iowa, Rutgers, Indiana, and ourselves, obviously, and then a mix from other schools throughout the country. So, and as Patrick mentioned, admission is free. Would love to see people come on out. Incredibly talented players, high level of golf. If you're looking forward to seeing some good golf, it's a great event to come out and opportunity to see our players.
Any questions for Coach?
I'm just wondering, this is more of a big picture question,
Yeah.
but I was wondering, with the split schedule y'all have,
Yeah.
the golf has, the fall season, the spring season, how do you kind of attack the calendar to make sure y'all are playing your best peaking late April when, like, Big Ten, NCAA start coming up? How do you kind of arrange it with such a big break there in the middle?
Yeah, great question. And it is a little bit of a unique sport in the sense a lot of sports will play both semesters, but that one of those segments may be more of a non-championship, non-traditional type segment. And for us, our fall portion is regular season. It is it counts towards rankings, it counts towards selections, it counts towards the whole big picture. Immediately, the players right now have all been playing. Most of them have played, they move into a heavy spring schedule, play a very competitive schedule in the summer. It's a really important window developmentally, and they have to compete. And then they move right away into fall. So initially, as soon as we wrap up in the fall, there's a little down period. Not a lot, though. We usually just a week or so, maybe 2, and then we move into it, into our 8-hour-a-week developmental window. Strength and conditioning is a really big piece to that. It's an opportunity to kind of build in some areas, build some size, build some power, build some speed, clean up some things physically that maybe are holding them back a little bit technically. it's also a really strong technical window where we can try to go ahead and kind of attack some things without the pressure of a qualifying round 2 days away or 3 days away, or a tournament round right around the corner. So really revisit a lot of fundamentals and have a really strong plan for development in that off season. Then when you come out of Christmas break, we come back and we get started right away. And that's sometimes something that maybe surprises people around here, because our weather isn't ideal in the end of January, early February, and yet we're playing regular season events and we're traveling and playing right away. And so I think in that window, that last week in January, the month of February, and early March, I think the type of golf courses you play, the region of the country you travel to, and how you're balancing some tournament play with maybe some practice opportunities and some things along those lines, maybe some dual matches or something like that where you can get away and try to stay sharp. The things that I like about our situation is I do like that at the end of April, when our players are nearing the championship segment, they're still really hungry. They're still really passionate about it. We're just starting to see the weather turn around here, and our players are really getting that excitement to get back outside. You know, we all can relate to that living here. When the weather starts to turn in the spring, we start to feel energized and we start to kind of get excited again to get back outdoors. And so you feel that within the program as well and within the team as well. So that's an important part to it as well also that helps.
Coach, you noted summer competition, and I know Vanessa had a nice summer, and I know one of our incoming freshmen, Kate, played at a bigger tournament. Can you talk to us a little bit about some of those competitions for the girls?
Their summer windows are really important. It's an opportunity to compete for them, and there really isn't a down window. It ramps up for them, and a lot of them did have successful summers. As you mentioned, Vanessa winning the Wisconsin State Amateur was a great accomplishment. That was down at Janesville Country Club this year, which was a really demanding setup. They had the golf course set up really difficult, and the greens were really fast, and so it was a really strong test. And so I thought she played really well. You mentioned Kate, and she qualified for the U.S. Amateur Championship, and which was at Bel Air Country Club this year. And for an incoming freshman, you know, somebody just out of high school to get into the U.S. Amateur Championships and qualify there was a great accomplishment, a great experience. Played pretty solidly. She did miss the cut. She was disappointed she missed the cut, but when I talked to her afterwards, she felt pretty solid about how she played. Tee to green, said she did not putt very well, had trouble reading the greens out there, and so that was kind of the piece to that. The other one that I was really excited about, also a freshman, but Ava was able to qualify for the U.S. Junior Girls Championship this year, which was out in Colorado Springs at the Eisenhower course at the Air Force Academy. And that's a really big step. Anytime you're qualifying for USGA or PGA national championships, whether it be at the junior championship or the AM or the Open, those are great experiences on a national stage that really serves them well as they're prepping for the upcoming season.
Coach, it looks like you had a new assistant coach added to your staff. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, Morgan Baxendale, we were able to hire and bring to Wisconsin. The previous assistant coach, Kristen Simpson. Kristen, I'm super excited for her. She was this summer named the head coach at Penn State. So stayed in the Big Ten. So it'd be nice to still see her around the Big Ten. But Kristen had done a great job for us and is very deserving of that opportunity to have her own program. And so she moved on to Penn State. And then just really fortunate to be able to make contact and right away initially with Morgan and bring her to Wisconsin. She played her college golf at Vanderbilt University. Had a lot of success there, won college events. Vanderbilt is pretty traditionally a top 25, top 30 type program in the country, continuously or consistently NCAA tournament type team. So that's the type of experience Morgan brings and her expectations that way. Just a really quality person on top of it. Just great team person, great chemistry. He's going to do a great job with our players. And so she's excited in that transition and move, but she's looking forward to being here, and we're excited to welcome her to Madison.